Happy New Year! This is my first official video of the year. I apologize if I sound a little bit nasal. I have been battling with the flu since the beginning of the year and I'm just recovering, and my voice still hasn't gotten back to where it's supposed to be, which is the reason why I haven't or I didn't make this video earlier and it's coming a little bit later. But I'm feeling a lot better. I just need my voice to get back to normal. But I really wanted to jump on here and share what my midnight plans were for 2025 because I'm really excited about them, and I'm taking things easy in January. I'm not going to be doing a lot of sewing. I'm doing more of planning and easing into things because I actually went a little bit hard in December. So I'm taking January easy and I'm not putting myself under any pressure, but I really wanted to get my Make 9 video out a lot earlier. But yeah, I know it's coming a little bit into going into the middle of January. I apologize for that, but yeah, it's here. Just a quick recap. If you watch my previous video, I shared what my Make 9 plans were for 2024 and how far I went. I think I completed about 6.5 out of 9 projects, and I'm actually really happy with those numbers. I did not create Make 9 with the intention of finishing everything, and so if I'm able to complete more than half, I think for me that is successful, and I'm not demotivated in any way. In fact, I'm more than excited um, to actually make future plans. And it's fine if you don't complete stuff, because beginning of the year is a good time to make general plans, but you should be open to things changing and things evolving as the year goes on. So if I made a plan at the start of the year and I was able to do more than half of that, I would say that's more than enough as far as I'm concerned. So if you're hearing about Make 9 for the first time, Make 9 is a challenge where you commit to making 9 projects, 9 patterns, 9 of anything that you want to do for the year. And last year, I curated a Make 9 that consisted of wardrobe gaps, things that I had never tried before, and techniques that I really wanted to do more of. And I really loved that idea and the way I put it together because I wasn't really strict with the specific things I wanted to make because I'm quite spontaneous and impulsive when it comes to sewing. So having like broader categories kind of helped. And I'm going with a similar kind of idea, but it's a bit different in terms of what my plans are for this year. And I'm just going to jump straight into it so that I don't make this a really long, rambling video. And if you see me looking down, it's because I made some printouts and some notes just so that I stay on track with what my Make 9 plans are. So for Make 9 2025, while I was sitting down and thinking about how I wanted to structure this year, I was scrolling on Instagram and I came across this post by MHW Patterns, and I loved the grid of the Make 9 that they created. I think it was put out to kind of encourage people to sign up for courses because I think they teach people how to draft their own patterns. And being someone who drafts all my patterns, I was I was intrigued, and I had a look at the board and I saw a few like patterns and designs. But the other thing that really caught my attention was they had some word prompts that were supposed to inspire makes. So there was like self-drafted confidence or self-drafted, drama. And I liked the idea of having words that serve as inspiration. And I wanted to create a Make 9 that was also based on that. So I was inspired by that idea when I came up with like my Make 9 board. So my Make 9 board is made up of 3 projects that I really want to tackle, and the remaining 6 are my word prompts that would inspire makes throughout the year. And I'm really excited about it because I think the words I chose were things that were, person that had meaning to me, and are things that I can easily come up with ideas in. So there's things that are a lot easier than others. There's some that are supposed to, push me to or challenge me to do a bit more and be a bit more or giving me like room to be a bit more creative. And there are things that I know that I can easily come up with like really interesting ideas. But overall, I'm quite excited about the words I chose, and I'm just going to dive into the different projects that I have now. So I'm going to start with the three projects that I really want to tackle, and two of these are carryovers from last year. The first one is the coat. I really still want to make a coat, and I'm terming this making coat or outerwear in general because I don't just plan to make one. So we're still in winter, and I still want to make a winter coat. I am going to be making a video on making this coat because I think that's what I'm going to focus on for the month of January, just so that I can I can have the coat done and I could wear it while we're still in the winter season. But I also intend to make other lightweight jackets. I have a few canvas materials that I have bought, and I really want to make, like, lightweight jackets. I have some denim that I have also purchased that I intend to use to make like denim jackets. So I would love to make a bit more outerwear this year. So I have outerwear on there as the first project on my Make Nine. The next thing I have on my Make Nine is a bra. Last year I marked this as done because I made a bralette, but this year I would really love to make like a proper structured bra, maybe something with underwires, or something that makes use of typical bra materials, like the fold over elastic, bra straps, all those little knickknacks that make a bra. I would love to do something that's more traditionally referred to as a bra this year. So I have a bra on my list. um January will have been the best time to actually dive into this because the Coven Sews, which is a community for curvy plus size sewists, on Instagram, and there's also a WhatsApp community. We usually have monthly challenges, and the challenge for January is lingerie. So January will have been a good time to jump into this, but to be honest, I am not in the right frame of mind to be a bit more delicate with my sewing. And also because I wanted to dedicate January to making the coats, I didn't want to have two technically intensive projects in 1 month. So, which is why, unfortunately, I'm not necessarily doing the challenge this month, but I really want to make lingerie this year or a bra this year, and I think I can do it. So that's why it's on my Make Nine. And the final project that I have is a tote bag. And I hope I eventually get to this year because I didn't get to make this last year. And the reason why I really want a bag to be on my Make Nine is I actually I got into sewing by making accessories and bags. One of the first sewing makes I ever put together was a recreation of the tote bag that I wore to death, and this was years ago. So I would love to get back into bag making because I did it for quite a while and I was quite good at it during the time that I made it, because I stuck to not very structured bags, bags that you could wear to death. That was the idea, like rugged bags that were made to be worn or made to be used was what my focus was on. Or those were the kind of bags that I made or designed. So they were made from like really rugged materials like canvas, denim, corduroy. And I would love to, revisit that and recreate that because it's just my vibe and I loved it. So that's the third and final specific project that I have on my Make Nine list. So the second section of my Make Nine, which consists of 6 words that I'm going to be using as inspiration for my makes this year. The first inspiration word I have is joy. And the idea here is I want to create something for my inner child, just something that makes me feel giddy, that makes me feel playful, something that's probably going to be colorful, who knows? But that's the idea. So the word there is joy, and I'm going to be creating something that represents joy for me. The next word I chose was soft. And in the video where I was making my birthday outfit, I mentioned that one thing I really want to focus on this year is adding a little bit of femininity into my wardrobe, and just being a bit softer. Definitely, this word was going on my Make Nine this year, and the idea here is to make something that's soft to me. So this might be something that has ruffles, something that has like those delicate feminine details. And I think that's the perfect word for trying to inject some of that into my wardrobe, and that's why I chose soft. The next word I chose is nostalgia. If For those who know me personally, I'm a very nostalgic person. I'm very into anything that takes me back or reminds me of my favorite memories. That could be smells, it could be music, it could be anything. I'm such a nostalgic person, and I just thought that this word was perfect for me, and it will be good to create something that gives me those warm, that reminds me of maybe a time in my life that I really enjoyed, or that brings up like a really amazing memory for me. Just something that evokes those nostalgic feelings that I have. And I thought this would be it's a good word because it's kind of abstract. And to be honest, right now, I can't even think of anything specific, but I think this is a word that would push me a little bit. And I think I'm up for the challenge. And I'll be really excited to see what I come up with this particular word. The fourth word I have here is sexy. Of course, I needed to have that on there. And yeah, I would love to make something sexy, but it's definitely going to be sexy with an edge. This is where I would show more of my edgy self. And so, yeah, I would love to make something that's sexy for me. I would see. The next word, which is lavish, is something that is very personal to me. My friends gave me this nickname a while ago, and that's because I'm a maximalist at heart. I think I have an alter ego that's a maximalist. I love comfort, I love luxury, I love good things. And I felt like this word was perfect to challenge me to make something for my maximalist alter ego. And I'm also very excited. I think the most challenging words I have on here is nostalgia and lavish because they can be abstract and it could be anything. But I'm so excited because I feel like this is going to be something that's just going to be extra. This is going to be the make that's going to be drama for me, and I'm actually really excited to see what I come up with here. And the final word I chose should come as no surprise, which is comfort. Um, I'm a multifaceted human being, so I've talked about, my edgy self, which I'm going to express in the sexy word. I've talked about the soft aspects that I'm trying to lean into. I've talked about, being nostalgic. I've also talked about being lavish, which is the maximalist side of myself. Comfort is the other facets that I have where I just love doing nothing. When I'm not sewing, when I'm not, reading or doing some of my other hobbies, I love doing absolutely nothing, just resting. That's just being a proper couch potato. And I would really love to make something that serves that side of me. There's really nothing wrong in making something special to be couch potato. So that's the idea for comfort. Something that gives me, those cozy vibes that I can lounge in. So not just loungewear. I think it's loungewear that's a bit extra. That's how I see it, anyways. But I'm just going to make something that serves the word comfort. And those are my Make Nine plans for this year. I am super excited. I'm really happy with the words that I chose because I think, like I mentioned, it's kind of represents the different sides of me that I have, and I'm really excited to see how it turns out and what I make out of those. For the other plans that I have for this year, I'm trying not to commit to too much. One thing that I'm still not sure if I want to do is I'm still caught between either committing to making monthly plans or seasonal plans. Um, Monthly plans seem a bit more achievable because, depends on what the month brings. But I think seasonal plans will be a bit more valuable in terms of like what I'm adding to my wardrobe and, the general outlook. So I would let you know what I decide on. I think my next video would possibly be either my monthly plan or a seasonal plan. So you would find out what I eventually decide on. Yeah, aside that, I'm really excited for the year, and I'm really excited to have you here with me. With regards to my channel plans, I would love to commit to making at least 3 videos a month. We'll see how, if I'm able to stick to it, but I'm actually really committed to doing that. And I would really love to show you more of my process with my mix and not just, do this is what I intend to do and this is what it is. I think it would be good to give you a bit more of the behind the scenes. It's just that it takes a lot of work, and I'm someone who, when I get into my swimming process, I'm into it. I'm not necessarily thinking about, filming and angles and all of that. But I will try to do a bit better this year and give you a lot more of what my process is like, and share maybe some tidbits about, creating or drafting for a bigger body, because I definitely have a few tricks up my sleeve. So that would be nice to share. And if there are other things that you would love to see or love to know about, like my process with self drafting, please let me know. Leave them in the comments below, and I would make out some time to create something based on that. But yeah, I'm excited to have you here this year, and I would see you in the next video. Bye.